Hi, I'm Kendall, and this is Karma.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Hi. Welcome
And we're
to
doing a
the
thing.
Kendall and Karma podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the Kendall Karma podcast. I'm Karma, that's Kendall. Um, welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what to start talking about. I think so. Okay, I live in Florida. Um, and something very interesting happened today. This is a very rough topic. TW, guys. I don't know if this triggers people, but I was just chilling, minding my business. I went to one place today. I went to McDonald's. I drove to McDonald's, and I got home, and I learned that there were these guys, um, going around with flags of swastikas, and they were like hailing Hitler and stuff. And it was like, oh my god, because that's not just something that you see. So it,
Mm-mm.
especially like in
Especially in Florida.
my part, like they were in my town, like they were literally on the highway, like they were on the bridge of the highway next to my house. Like if I went just down that highway, I would have seen them. They were at a park like 5 minutes away from my house. I could have seen them today, I just didn't. Obviously I'm glad I didn't, because I don't know how they would have reacted to me being a POC. um Probably not well. Uh, but yeah, that was very interesting. I don't even know. It's like all over Instagram and all over the news, and it's just like, wow, what a day. Like, y'all just casually decided, hey, we're gonna do this today on a random day in Florida, and like just randomly. Like, you don't see that in like
Mm-mm.
2023. Hello? You don't see that in like 2023. So it's like, wow.
That's. Oh no! What the well, I don't know where they went, but I live in Michigan. Um, Nothing really happens here, honestly.
What
Um,
the hell?
anyway,
I don't think the world liked what I was talking about. Anyways, I think we should just do what we did yesterday and read Am I the Asshole stories.
you can read a few, and then I have a few questions I want to ask.
Am I the ass? Oh, this one's really short, but it's really funny. Am I the asshole for showing my friends two of my SpongeBob's doing it?
Oh, two of their SpongeBob's.
I, 14 male, was recently in a Discord call with two of my longtime friends, 14 and 15 male. I was in a goofy mood, so I decided to attach a banana to a big SpongeBob pillow, and I had grabbed another smaller SpongeBob plush, and I had pretended to make them both have sex. My friends are now mad at me and decided to stop talking to me. I've done this before, so I don't know why they decided to get mad at me. So am I the asshole? Well,
No, for me, I think that'd be fucking hilarious.
I don't even know what to say. I think that would be fucking funny.
Yeah,
Like,
especially
personally.
if you've actually have done. Of
Um,
course, there's
so
probably
maybe.
Ren.
Why is my tracking shitting?
Of course, sometimes people don't put everything into their like "Am I the asshole?" things to make themselves sound like the good guy. Even then, if there was something more, like if he was like, I don't know how to explain it, but still, it's not that bad. Not the worst thing. I think it's
I feel
funny.
if you like if that's just the context, like if you just did it to be funny, then that's one thing. But if there's something behind it that you're not telling us, then maybe that might be why. I feel. Oh my god,
Hmm.
would I be the asshole if I skipped my childhood best friend's funeral?
Hmm.
This one's so
Depends why
long.
you would do that.
I, 39 male, am a recovering heroin addict. I am currently 10 years sober. Oh, okay, that's good. And recently, my childhood best friend Alex, 38 male, died from HIV/AIDS. He was also a heroin addict. He was always what the fuck? He was always much worse than I was. He let drugs ruin his life. When he died, Oh my god. When he died, he was divorced, homeless, didn't own anything. He sold it all for drugs, hadn't seen his kids in years, and he had caught HIV/AIDS from sharing needles with other squatters in. And a few years ago, when I first got sober, Alex asked to come live with me and my wife to detox. He had been evicted. I agreed and made it clear that there were to be no drugs in our house because I was sober and my wife had our. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm having like the hardest time reading this right now. I might be dyslexic. Um, I agreed and made it clear that there were to be no drugs in the house because I was sober and my wife had just had our daughter. He agreed, and for 6 months he lived with us. It was amazing. He was sober, had a job, and even met a new girl. Until one morning, I found a brown paper bag under our couch cushions. When I looked in the bag, it was filled with needles, spoons, bags of coke, free base pipes, burned tinfoil, and all kinds of other drug paraphernalia.
Under the couch is crazy.
Paraphernalia. It was horrible. It was horrible, and I cried for almost 4 hours. When Alex got back from work, I asked him to leave. He apologized and left. Now he's gone, and I feel really guilty about that. I should have sent him to rehab or something, or done more to help him except kick him out. A few weeks later, he called me asking for money because he was in debt, and in the background, there was clearly a drug deal going on in the background. I told him I knew where he was going to use the money, and he told me he had kicked drugs. I told him that if he could prove that he was sober, I'd give him the money. He told me to fuck off, and that was the last time I spoke to him for years. I still kept in contact with his ex-wife, though. From what she said, he felt horrible about what happened when I kicked him out, and he wanted to see me. I agreed to go see him. When I saw him, he was clearly high out of his mind. There were track marks all over his arms, legs, and his neck. His eyes were completely yellow, and he was really fucking skinny. I left after 5 minutes, and I didn't speak or see him again. A few weeks ago, when his daughter told me Alex had passed, I told her I would try and go to the funeral, and it's in a few days. Last night, I was viewing, and I don't think I can do it seeing him like that. He looked worse than when I last saw him. I told his ex that I didn't think I could attend the service. I told his ex that I don't think I can attend the service. She was pissed. She started yelling, calling me selfish, and telling me Alex wouldn't walk me out. Oh my god, wouldn't walk out on me like that. And it was my fault he was dead. We started using in when we were 16. Some guy offered us some smack, and I wanted to try it, but Alex didn't. Eventually, I got him to try it with me. Obviously, I feel guilty, and this feels like my fault, but I don't know anymore. Am I the asshole? Yes.
Really? I mean, I think it's a yes and no for me.
Why are my hands broken?
I mean,
yeah, that's reasonable.
Because it's your friend, but he's broke a promise. He let you stay in your house, and you still disobeyed his rules. But it is still your friend. I mean, I'd go.
I feel like it's important.
It's the least you can do.
Because it's like, in his defense, it's not like, it's not like he wanted to go out that way or he wanted to be that type of person. But then again, he also didn't do anything to help himself, in the sense that, like, he knew that it was bad and he knew that it was also affecting, like, himself and other people. I feel like you probably could have done better, but I feel like you also did what you needed to do to make yourself comfortable. Like, obviously, you don't want someone like that in your house. And, it's hurtful on you. And I feel like the end with his ex was more of, like, a guilt trip than it was, like, the truth. So, I feel like you're the asshole, but you're also not the asshole.
I mean, it's just going to a funeral. Go there and think about the fun times you had with that person. I mean, you don't gotta think of just the bad. Even though that the bad was probably the most recent and not fun to think about. But it's still a dead friend, so... you could probably do one more. It depends how long it is. I'd go to your funeral. Cool.
Oh my god. Okay, this one says, "Am I the asshole for thinking my stepdaughter should get over it?" I read a little bit of the context and prepare. This is a lot. I
Alright.
think okay. I just want to say I think it's really funny how people go on Reddit and they just like talk about their life. I
Yeah.
think that's really funny. Am I the asshole for thinking my stepdaughter should get over it? My husband, Nick, and I have 6 total kids. Last summer, Casey, 17 female, was making bad choices. Drugs, sex, and alcohol. One of her friends was shot in the face. Shortly after that, we decided to send Casey to live with her mother.
I feel bad for laughing, I'm sorry. That's just so out of the blue. Sorry,
Wow.
go on.
The plan was for her to be gone about 3 to 4 weeks and then come back home before her sister was born. After 1.5 to 2 weeks, we hear that she's doing the same shit. So we buy a ticket home, refused it, got another flight, same. That made no sense. At 11 months, never made contact. Grandma was diagnosed with cancer, no contact. Sister was born, no contact. It was realistic to think she just wasn't going to be coming back. Months later, Madison is moving out to her own place. She asked me if she can take the TV from Casey's room because she had broken hers. I say yes because it looked like Casey wasn't coming back, and I went through the rest of her stuff and gave what was appropriate to Bella and threw away the rest. Through the months, if I found something of Casey's, I either threw it away or gave it to Bella. My husband didn't really care what was done with all of her things. He was hurt and felt in love by his daughter. Now, a couple weeks ago, Madison brought Casey a ticket home. They got into a fight and Casey is back in our house, acting the same as 1 year ago. Same shit, different day. Casey wants her stuff back. My husband thinks she should get her stuff back, and I don't. Am I the asshole?
Maybe not all of her
I
stuff.
feel like,
at least important
you know,
stuff.
I feel
like you have to.
I don't understand what her friend. I don't understand why her friend being shot in the face was brought up. I think that was completely irrelevant to the story.
Just to say.
It's just like, oh yeah, her friend got shot in the face and her grandma has cancer. Like, I think those are two completely different things that don't really correspond with the story. So I don't see why you had to bring that up. I think that's kind of unfair in her sense. I feel like as a parent, you should always try and help your kids. I don't think that was really helpful. In regard, like you didn't actively help her with what she was doing. You just sent her away. You didn't send her to rehab or talk to her or like try to help her. You're just sending her away from you and thinking that it's gonna change. Like, obviously that's not how shit works. You don't send somebody to a different place and expect them to act different, you know? So it's just like, that's kind of your fault. And I think it's unfair to her that you just assume that she wasn't gonna come back and she's your child. So, you know, that was your mistake, in my opinion. I think you're the asshole.
Okay, well, when you say it like that.
I will be back. I'm gonna go get my food.
Hi. What's up? Yeah, I know. It was a cool. Play with myself. No, I'm laughing because you said that. Sorry, my mom's telling me to play with myself. They do. Oh, well, because I'm laying down, but they normally do. I think you're covering my trackers, so it's gonna look weird. Anyways, my parents came in here and saw that I was recording since my screen is in front of my door, and they're like, "Oh my god, you have your full body on? Play with yourself." Like, what? All right.
What?
My mom told me to play with myself.
Wow. Um,
Am I the asshole? My mother told me to play with myself. Alright, I think we can do some questions
am I the
now.
asshole for not masturbating when my mom told me to?
Am I the asshole for not pretending to masturbate in VR in front of my mom? What's the sexiest and least sexiest name?
See, when you ask that, I think you mean like Timon.
Just in general, like what's
So
a good name you think is hot, and then just a name that instantly turned off when you hear their name.
Wendy, and it's not because I'm eating
The hot
Wendy's.
one?
No, it is because I'm eating Wendy's. Actually, let me not lie.
Wendy.
Like no, like what are you gonna do? Oh, Wendy. Oh my god.
Give me your burger, Wendy.
Fucking male names. Bryson. I fucking hate every Bryson that exists. I hate every one of
I
them.
thought you were gonna say Brayden. Ew, Brayden, such a nasty name.
No, Bryson suck. Like 99% of the
I don't think
time.
I've ever met a Bryson.
You don't want to meet one.
I think Robert is probably a
Somehow you
nasty
guys
name.
can hear me food.
Now it's a mootbay. We had
One of the ASMR ones.
there was a kid in my high school. I was like freshman, I think, and this kid was a junior. His name was Robert. Not important, but he was a ginger. And he was probably the creepiest guy I think I've met in real life ever. He would constantly like grab my hips and like he says it's in a joking way, but like all right, not a thing you should do with other people, especially a woman. But and he went to a different school. I, he dated my ex. um Before we started dating, I was friends
Oh,
with her at the time. It's so hard not to use real names. I guess I used Robert's real name, but I don't talk to him anymore. So, but the other person, I feel like
I think Albert is also a very unattractive name.
Albert. You mean Flamingo? The one Roblox YouTuber. What's the weirdest thing? Oh God.
Tries
What's
trying to
the?
perform Sally.
You're what? What's the weirdest thing you wish you never saw?
I wish I didn't see these Nazis this morning just walking across my town. That was very interesting.
I wish I, I wish I didn't see, or you know who's ejac. How do I say this? Someone in our friend group, or used to be in our friend group, sent me a video of them ejaculating, and I wish I never saw that. And then, like months after, I stole your bed. No, I'm gonna bleep that out.
Wow, I love how I can hear everything Kendall's saying, guys.
It was, and that was while we were still dating.
Oh,
And then after, when I started or talked to him again, like a few weeks ago, he's like, "You guys want to hear a video of me like coming?" I'm like, "Bro, I feel like you're a little too open about what you do in your personal life."
he's also a minor.
Wow.
Kendall
Yeah,
is,
tell everyone.
19.
Yeah, tell everyone I dated a minor. Thanks, Karma.
She dated a minor when she was a minor.
Okay, I guess I was technically a minor. I was 17 and he was like 14 or 15. He said he was older. That's when I learned to. Here's your backpack. Confirm someone's
Don't judge
age.
people on the internet. I'm about to throw my burger my Wendy's burger wrapper at you. That's what I'm about to do.
If you could be any fictional character, who would it be and why?
Hold on. I have to think about this. I would be Mr. Wolf from bad guys. Why? Because he's literally me. Him or a cinnamon roll from Hello Kitty.
Furry.
Kill yourself.
Yang. Because she's cool. She only has one arm, which I think is cool.
Or Fredbear. Dude, I'd love to bite somebody. I'd love to bite a kid's head off. I would say Legoshi, but he gets his ass beat too much. So
Fredbear's an
if I were
actual
to be a Beastars
animatronic.
character, I would be fucking if I were a Beastars character, I would be Jack. Because Jack is also literally me.
There's not that many
I
female.
can't say that. I can't.
What were you gonna say, Karma?
Go ahead. I was gonna say I would be someone's persona on Twitter, but then I remembered that I can't say that because I'm a minor. Anyways, go ahead.
I don't even remember what I was. Oh yeah, there's not that many like.
Or oh my god, even better. Wait. Oh shit. Oh my.
Karma. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Sorry. I keep thinking. So there's this webtoon that I forgot what it was called. It's called I Think I Like You, and it's about this wolf, I think, and this bunny, and they're both really cute. I would be one of them, I think. I haven't read it, so I don't know their personalities, but I would be one of them, I think. Anyways, go ahead.
I don't even remember what I was gonna say. I mean, if I had to choose other than Yang in a different series.
Or
like,
Zwei.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Jesus Christ.
Because he's like literally indestructible. And just imagine being like a cute little dog. That would be cute. That would be so fun. Okay, go ahead. Be quick. Because I will start speaking again. Because I can't hear you.
Maybe you can hold the thought. Silly. I love that you want to talk, but here's your batarang. I keep kind of taking it from you.
I love this. I love this thing.
Other than Yang, and from a different series, Power from Chainsaw Man would be pretty cool. Spoilers, but I don't want to die the way she did. Makima's pretty cool though.
Oh, dude. Imagine just being like one of your own OCs. That would be so fun. I have so many.
Yeah,
and
I've
I
always
think
thought
I would
about
like
that.
to be one of them. I mean, I don't know though, because they all have kind of rough backstories except for like 2. So I don't know.
I've thought about being my character in the Ruby universe. It's kind of like
Dude, I could talk about my characters all day. Dude, all of my characters have some sort of fucking weird backstory. Okay, like one of my characters, what's his name? His name is Casey. Dude, Casey, he was in a domestic relationship for a good like 5 years. Then one of my more recent personas, Domino, Domino, he, his mom died. He is an alcoholic dad, and he got kidnapped. Casey, not canonically, but in some sort of AU for some reason, because there's art of him, of this happening to him. He got shot in the head. I don't even know how or why I decided to do that one day, but he did. So he got shot in the head. And I have other characters that I can't think of off the top of my head. Hello?
I'm just found a pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, have you seen Arcane? The thing that came out in like 2021. The big Netflix thing at the time.
You know, I think we could fix this problem of me not being able to hear you. I think we should call on Discord, and I should just, like, mute you. Or mute myself on Discord so that I can just hear you and hear actually what you're saying.
If you want.
1 hour later.
Okay, we're good.
Have you seen Arcane?
I have seen Arcane.
A new season is gonna be coming out in like 2024. I think in the winter. I think they said.
Interesting.
What's the weirdest conspiracy theory you've ever believed, or still believe in? I guess.
There was one recently that I completely forgot about, and I just heard about like 2 days ago, and it was more of a joke, but it was so conspiracy, and I was like, you know what? I believe this now.
What was it?
I don't remember.
What?
Um, I don't remember. I just know it was like something stupid, and I was like, oh.
I used to watch a lot of Shane Dawson and his conspiracy videos, so uh, so a lot of those I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense, and just believed it. Conspiracy theories are always fun. People talking about the world's actually flat and the government is actually lizards. It's pretty
Aliens. I think
aliens.
like
And like there was one, what was that one movie with like it was the twins and they both went to camp and then they met each other like, "Oh my god, we look the same. We had the same birthday and your mom looks like my mom and your dad looks like my dad." Have you
that
seen
sounds
that?
like a Darman video.
It's not a Darman video. It's an old movie. This is just a random
Uh,
conspiracy.
oh my god. Okay, that just reminded me. Since we were talking about like aliens and movies and stuff, dude, there was this movie. I completely forgot the title, but I remember it so vividly from when I was little. And it was about this like I don't know if it was an alien or something. It was not a human, and it was like it came to Earth, and then it was all these kids that had to like help it go back to where it came from, I guess. And it was like this whole movie. I forgot what it was called, and it's such a it feels like a fever dream every time I think about it. Because every time I talk about it, nobody has a single clue what I'm talking about, and I'm like,
Is it animated?
there's no way. No, it's like it's live action,
Is it like an
and
older
I'm like,
movie?
it's really old. I think I remember watching it when I was maybe like 7. And I don't even know how young I was when I watched this movie, and I don't know if I'm just tripping and I had a dream and thought it was a real movie or like what, but I swear to God I watched this movie and I don't know where I can find it, and I don't remember the title of it or anything.
There's a lot of movies that are like, oh, this strange creature joins or enters the earth, comes across the person that tries to help them get back home, or
But it was like these
leave.
group of kids. It was like 4 guys and like 1 girl, I think, and they were like maybe like 12.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember.
The only older
It's so
movies I've watched
weird.
was like horror movies and stuff. And Austin
Yeah,
Powers. I've been watching Austin Powers movies lately.
I don't know who that is.
Bro. I didn't either until yesterday. I mean, I've heard it's like it's a 90s movie. It's like really just the goofiest movie I think I've ever seen. Has that one guy that does that thing with
Yeah.
his pinky and he has the big cigar on his face. This little guy. Dr. Evil.
Yeah, I totally know what you're talking
Basically,
about.
it's a weird movie, but it was okay. And there's 2 other movies I haven't seen yet, but I just mute myself. Oh god.
Dude, I got forced
Whoops.
to like watch fucking Bill Nye the Science Guy in my chemistry class on
I think
Friday,
everyone did.
and it was or not on
Oh,
Friday.
just
No,
in
yeah,
general.
on Thursday. On Thursday, I got forced to watch Bill Nye the Science Guy, and it was like such a fever dream. I was like, "There's no way I don't remember this video," because I was like, "Dude, I used to watch." Dude, Bill Nye the Science Guy was my shit in like elementary to middle school. He was fire. He was great. He still is fire.
I'm gonna be so sad when
Um,
he dies.
Too bad he was like a drug addict or whatever he got
He
canceled for. I don't
was?
know.
You're ruining
I
my
don't really keep up
childhood,
with cancel
man.
culture. I think cancel culture is so fucking stupid. I think it's so dumb. I feel like people picking and choosing who they want to cancel is not going to fix actual problems that people are having. Like,
Exactly.
dude, I don't
The most you're
understand.
getting out of
Because
it is
guess
an
what?
apology.
If you have somebody like someone who got canceled recently, Doja Cat. Let's use Doja Cat as an example. you guys were like, oh, we're canceling Doja Cat because she's so mean to her fans, but you don't know like the actual story behind what she's intending. And she explained it on a live or something, and she was like, I'm not gonna sit here and baby people that want to be babied because that's not my job. My job is to make music, and it's not, and I'm not doing it because you guys want me to do it. I'm doing it because it's fun for me, and that's what I want to do. Um,
That's nice,
and she was like, I still
I
love my
guess.
fans. I appreciate all my fans. But when people are like sitting here dissing me, but then also calling themselves a fan of me, like that's not, you know, fan or positive activity
Hmm.
for me to consider you that way. That's why I don't sit down and baby you because that's what you want. I'm not gonna entertain negative people. And it's just what are you stopping? You know, it's like you being like, oh my god, this person said this, and this person did this. You know, it's not stopping them, and it's not like it's not gonna change that A, it happened, and B, that
Hmm.
there's hundreds of other people that do the same thing. You know.
Yeah.
So it's just like being like, oh my god, you said something insensitive. Like, yeah, you can point it out, but there's no point in being like, oh yeah, this person needs to like be completely canceled and blah blah blah. Like it's such a, I feel like it's such a waste of breath and such a waste of time,
Like
and
the
it's just
thing
like,
with
especially
Miranda
our
sings.
generation. I feel like our gen, are like a lot of generations actually. I feel like people are like, am I talking too much?
It's fine.
But I just feel like it's not. It doesn't change what people do, and that stuff and issues are still happening. And it's just like, yeah, don't let it like, don't say that it's okay, but like, don't waste your time and breath and energy just trying to make one person take a fall for something that a bunch of people are doing. You know, like it doesn't change the problems with our society. Like stuff is gonna continue, and I think everybody would be easier if we just moved on and minded our business. I think that would help a lot of people. Um,
Hmm.
because a lot of people are very sensitive about some things and then also very insensitive to other things. So, older generations insensitive about things they should be sensitive about stuff that they shouldn't be sensitive about.
People are certainly more sensitive now than they used to be.
A lot of people are very sensitive now, and I feel like between older generations, they're insensitive about stuff they should be sensitive about, and our newer generation is too sensitive about stuff that shouldn't be sensitive. I
Hmm.
feel like, you know there's just so much stuff now that's like normalized, and a lot of it in a sense shouldn't be normalized. And it's just weird how society changes, but also like not in a good way. It's like, yeah, a lot of stuff is being recognized and stuff like that, but it's also like, you know, is that helping? Is it not helping? I like you don't know, because a problem happens, people react to it one way or the other, and no matter what they do or how they react to it, it's not changing that it happened. So it's like, you know,
And especially when they dig up stuff they have done a good, like, at least 9 years ago.
yeah, you gotta you like, that's another thing. You also have to understand that people change.
Hmm.
Like if someone did something 7, 10 years ago, it's very apparent that they're probably not going to do it now. Like,
Like, every time when I think
like
of
don't
something
don't
like
use
that.
something that they did when something was
Hmm.
more normalized
When I
and
think
use it
of
against
stuff
them
like
now
that.
when it's not normalized. What? Who does that?
Shane Dawson comes to mind, since that was, like, st- the big cancellation a few. I don't remember when it happened. From him making racist jokes a while ago and just being a pedophile, I guess, and touching his cat. Or he said something weird about his cat. Um, Most of that with the racist jokes and stuff happened a long time ago, which is, and he apologized for it. Apologized for it a good few times. It's like, what else are you gonna get out of somebody when you tell them?
But I feel
Like,
that's also like 90% of the internet though. Like you can't take one person that's doing that and being like, hey, that's not okay, and then just like making it their whole personality about
mhm.
something they did years and years and years ago.
There
People
are
move on,
way
people
worse stuff
change,
on the
and
internet than someone making
you have
black
to
jokes.
respect that. Yeah.
There are people being murdered that are like recorded on the internet,
I, I'm telling you, choose your words carefully.
but there are people like I feel like I'm not saying they're overreacting, but I feel like they're kind of dragging it on a little too longer than it should.
Yeah.
Especially if they've
It's just like,
apologized for it, they've changed. There's nothing else you can get out of this person. Like, I don't know what else they want.
at that point, you're just bothering people because
Exactly.
it's like even there are people that it affects that move on with the person. So it's like if and I feel like it's always the people that like it doesn't apply to that are being really sensitive about it.
Hmm.
Like if
It's always
someone
the white
like
people.
if a white content creator goes and makes a racist joke about Hispanic or black people, and I see that now, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, that's horrible. I can't believe he said that 10 years ago. Like,
Hmm.
it happened 10 years ago. But then there'll be someone like Kendall who will see it and be like, wow, that's like really insensitive. Why would you say it? Like, it's just like, can we move on? And
Since my
just,
great grandmother is African American, this is really offensive to me. And they're like white. I feel like this is.
yeah.
I think I need to stop talking about this.
The moral of
I
that
feel like
story is
Shane
to just be
Dawson
like,
was not the
to
best.
just like move on and stop sulking in other people's business. Like, it doesn't change the fact that that person's a creator. It doesn't change that fact that the person did what they did. You know, people get canceled on a daily. I see celebrities get canceled every single day.
And
Fucking,
there's another side of this.
uh, Trisha Paytas, Gabby Hanna, Shane Dawson. Who are some other people that got
Miranda
canceled?
sings
Miranda Sings got
was
canceled,
the
but that
big
was
thing
recent though, so
recent.
that's understandable.
And there's another like that's
Like,
all like
I mean, like people who got canceled a long time ago. You know,
yeah, I know. But
there's like
there's
like even recently there are people that are getting canceled for things that aren't important. I remember like a year ago, y'all were canceling that one small
Jenna
content
Marbles.
creator.
Oh no. I remember Jenna Marbles
Jelly
got
Bean. Y'all were, oh my
oh
god, dude.
Jelly Bean.
I don't look. I'm not into Twitch really.
Me
I probably
neither.
will be once I have a PC and I start streaming and stuff. But that whole situation was like so unimportant and so stupid. You know what they got canceled for? They got canceled for saying that Moon's voice from Security Breach sounded like a pedophile. Like, that's an
That's it?
opinion. That's not like, yeah, they
That's
didn't say
seriously it.
anything bad. They just said that that was an opinion on a character. You know,
Those
everybody
are
does that.
people
Everybody has opinions on characters. Why are you shitting about it? And then everybody made it Jelly Bean's like whole story for months and months, and it was I can only imagine for them that it was hard to be a content creator at the
hmm
time,
and they're
and
still
especially
making
when you're
content.
growing. Like Jelly Bean has gone really far, and
Hmm.
I'm not like the biggest fan. I think I follow them on Twitter and that's it. Um, because they've gone really far and they're doing a good job. Like, I'm not gonna diss another person.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna diss another creator, but it's like y'all were being really sensitive about something that was not that serious. Like,
Hmm.
I don't think it was that big of a deal, to be honest. Um,
There's like that side of the internet, they don't really necessarily harm people. It's just dumb jokes and stuff. And then
and it's
there's
also
this.
like
I'm gonna beat the fuck up.
another thing is like when one person does something and there's other people that are associated. Like, for example, say me, like say Kendall says something insensitive or like really really bad. people are gonna start canceling me because I'm associated with her.
Mm-hmm.
That makes no sense as well. I don't understand. That happened with DSMP, other content creators, and it's just like it's annoying. It is. It's really annoying.
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry, I was waiting. There's they didn't like those people. Okay, Rooster Teeth. For a while, I've heard has been having problems with. Have you have you heard about this? Like, they overwork their animators and stuff. Is what I've heard. I don't know if it's true, but
But
I know. But I feel like that's a little different than people
but
on
it's
the
just like
internet.
there's
Like,
easy answers to things. Why are you like I oh my
maybe
god.
that's the best they can
I
do
mean,
for what
okay,
they want to be doing for a job. And maybe
yeah,
they
that's fair.
enjoy working there, but they work hard and get paid not so much. I mean, I
No,
love Rooster
let me
Teeth.
not say that.
Ruby is
Actually, that's
amazing.
kind of insensitive. That clearly, clearly, clearly.
I mean, Ruby, okay,
But
isn't amazing, but it's a good show. Every show has their flaws, but that's something else. Talk about that some other time.
yeah, like there's not easy ways to escape situations. I feel so. I
There's
mean,
always
it
a
is what
problem
it
with every.
is.
I feel like
Um,
Google's had some problems. Facebook has had some problems. Big companies are always gonna have problems. It's not like I don't know.
it's a very common thing. I like, someone might say they're getting overworked, but really they're not, and they just don't like the amount of work they're getting. When really
Me,
that's what the field is
I
intended
literally
for.
work 6 hours, 3 hours every weekend, and that's. I'm so tired.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm a band kid, and band is like the most draining, most tiring, most like emotional thing that I have ever participated in, and I'm still in it. And I've only been in it for a little over like a school year, so that's still not that long.
I mean, you have fun in band though, right? It's
I
not like
have
you
lots
have
of
to do
fun,
it.
and I love a lot of people in band, but there's also a lot of people that I don't like. There's a lot of situations that make me want to cry, and there's a lot of stuff that happens that is very inconvenient. And overall, band as a whole is just tiring, especially if you're someone like me who you're a section leader, you don't have that much experience, you're new to band. It's like crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Hey, did I say that it was crazy? It's pretty crazy.
The only thing with Rooster Teeth, it wasn't that they were getting overworked. They're also getting underpaid for what like they're doing.
It sounds like a Gabby Hanaverse. We're
Go
working with
Tana
me.
Mojo, bro. The whole TanaCon, and I only heard about that from Shane Dawson's channel. I didn't know about it until I heard it from there. When did that happen? Like a good few years ago.
I think like 2 years ago.
That's crazy. Sitting in line for just a few
I
condoms.
don't know. What?
Yeah, Shane interviewed a few girls that were in line for TanaCon, and they got goodie bags, they got a sunburn, and they got some condoms, but didn't get to see Tana. Is what I remember. I didn't haven't
It's
seen in a while.
crazy because I think it's so funny. Sometimes there are things that are really bad and insensitive that people do or say, and I just think that sometimes how people react to it is also a little out of pocket. Um, like I remember, I shouldn't say that, but I feel like when people react to some things, they do it kind of poorly, and then it makes them look bad. It's just like, yeah, you're reacting reasonably, but you're also acting immaturely. So it just makes you look bad and it's embarrassing for you. So,
Wow, now that's a conversation. That was great.
Are we changing the question?
I mean, is there anything else? I like how we
I
went
don't
from
know.
conspiracy theories to like just internet problems. That was great.
Yeah, it's just I think people in general have a lot of issues that they need to figure out.
Of
Everybody's
course, they're
not
not going
perfect.
to. I feel like
Clearly, we
the
had
more we
issues with
go on,
somebody just trying to get this fucking started. So, it was, oh my god. People just know how to act, and you'll live a perfectly great and well life. You will be living so peacefully
hmm
if you just know how to act and know how to have discipline and know how to
yeah,
not embarrass yourself. Just if you know how to act, you're gonna be living a very happy life. Because people are always gonna judge you. People are always gonna talk shit about you. Just know how to do things, and you'll be fine for you. You'll be okay for you.
it's I feel like the more we go on throughout the years, the more like sensitive and aggressive the internet's gonna
I
get.
think that is all the time we have for today. Okay.
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. I guess.
That is all the time we have
I feel
for
like
today.
next time I should set a timer.
That's all the time we have for today. We hope you enjoyed watching slash listening. Um,
Next
I'm
time
Karma,
I'm Kendall.
and this was
This is
the Kendall and
Kendall
Karma
and
podcast.
Karma. Next time we're probably gonna have Dart on, but no
Maybe
promises.
if he decides to actually get on.
Yeah, that little butthole. I'm a, be- I'm a beat this man. Okay.
Anyways, yeah. Bye.